before I start this interview, I just gotta
There you go.
Gotta get a little bit of that brain water. I'm not the brightest guy, but I'm sure this is gonna help me. Obviously, we have former NFL safety Andrew Sendejo. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us, and let's talk a little bit about this brain water and obviously brain tree.
Yeah. So after playing 12 years in the NFL and seeing prolonged head trauma on myself and my peers, we set out to formulate a line of products that help improve your brain health. Everything from improving your focus, your memory, neuroprotection, improving stress and anxiety, improving sleep. And then the one you have there is our brain water electrolytes with some ingredients for focus. So your morning, brain and body elixir to prime the day for energy, for focus. So we use ingredients in our products that are backed by clinical studies on humans, proven to be effective. Obviously, I'm not the smart guy that formulated it. We have our neurologist on staff that validated everything with the studies. And so just been using it to, even restore my own brain health after several concussions and playing for so long. But, give it to my mom, my dad, my family. And we're really just out to provide affordable and effective brain health products for everybody. We don't want to be like some companies that have the price point really high that really just eliminates people from having the opportunity to experience the benefits of these products. So you can go check us out at braintreenutrition.com. We have a 35% off sale right now. We have free shipping, money back guarantee. We're so confident in the product. If you don't like it, you tell us, we'll refund you your money. So go check us out at braintreenutrition.com.
Like
yeah, that's what flavor is
Watermelon.
It? Watermelon. That one's solid. Sugar-free, caffeine-free, helps with focus. Like if you look on the back of this bag right here, has all the, everything, brain fog, mood, productivity. If you're one of those people, you have problems multitasking, you got a lot of stuff on your plate. If you got deadlines to meet, if you're traveling, if you're working out, if you're drinking, it kind of helps with really everything. So, it's different than there's no other product, electrolyte product like this right now that's out. A lot of them are just sugar packets. They're missing key essential ingredients. And so we were able to formulate a really solid product. So we're proud of it.
Andrew, I feel like we were meant to meet because I need you in my life right now.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here for you.
Give you my personal story. It's not playing in the NFL. I no 12 years, nothing like that. But I just recently ran a 5K for the first time in a long time.
Oh, so, are you still sore?
Yes, I am. I'm very sore. And then I came over here, had to do an opening night with all the NFL players in the 49ers, the Chiefs, from what time did we get home? Like at 1 in the morning?
1 in the morning.
So then we got here at 7, 8 a.m. So I'm pretty.
You know what's great about this? One of our ingredients in here, L-tyrosine, is one of the only ingredients other than like caffeine that can help you focus while being underslept, the studies show. So if you didn't sleep very well, have one of these. That will also help with that.
And he hates me because I'm like, hey, I want to get here at 8 a.m. Let's get it going. And I wake up and I'm all energized. I'm like, what's up, dude? And then he's like, no, not right now. So this is definitely going to help him out.
Yeah. And like I said, no caffeine either. So take one of these first thing in the morning. It's going to give you sustained energy throughout the day, focus throughout the day without the crashes like caffeine or sugar will give you.
I feel like Andrew, you're probably handing out to your former teammates with the Vikings. Did you ever kind of share some stuff?
Yeah. So, give it to, obviously playing 12 years, you meet a lot of guys from all over. So try to give it to as many guys as I can. And we're talking with probably about 5 or 6 teams right now that they're going to start putting it in their locker rooms right now. We already sponsor a UFC fighter, race car driver, other MLS player, other NFL guys. So yeah, it's we make all of our products in a CGMP, FDA, NSF for sport, all the qualifications that ensure the potency, the cleanliness, and that there's no banned substances in it. So safe for everybody to take. Like I said, I give it to my family, my mom, my dad, sister, basically everyone that's close to me. And now you guys.
Yeah, there we go. No, and we appreciate it. I mean, we got the samples right here, everything. So make sure you guys go check that out. Andrew, let me ask you about your career. I mean, you started off in the UFL.
Yes.
And obviously, not everybody is a first-round pick. You have to fight. You fought through your career to make it all the way up. Just can you talk about your journey and just what some of the experiences that you went through, starting with the UFL and then obviously making your way to the Minnesota Vikings?
Yeah, playing at a smaller school like Rice, you don't get a ton of draft picks out of there. Also was hurt my senior year, which, really hurt me a lot. Not that I'm not sure if I would have got drafted anyways, but definitely didn't help anything. So went undrafted, unsigned, went to the UFL, which was basically brand new. It had just started in the 2009 season. So in 2010, it was the second year. Finally kind of had some stuff figured out. They got some bigger name players in there, and it worked exactly how it's supposed to for a developmental league like that. Went there, played, was fortunate enough to play well, got picked up out of there, went to Dallas for a little bit, and then landed in Minnesota my second year and was there for 9 years. Then I went to Cleveland and then Indianapolis. So was always kind of had that undrafted kind of mentality, first couple of years on the bubble, just trying to make the squad, to working my way into being a solidified special teamer, into being a starter. And then at the end of my career, because I had started on special teams and started on defense, they knew I could kind of play both of those positions. So added some more value. So that was part of also why I was kind of able to play for so long, because I kind of had two careers almost. I had like a special teams career where you can only play just as a special teamer for so long, unless you're a perennial Pro Bowler. And then kind of at the end of that, worked my way into being a starter, and then almost kind of revamped and had a whole second career on the back half. So was fortunate enough to be able to play for 12 years.
Yeah, Andrew, just watching you play on the field with Harrison Smith, you could tell, you're savvy, you got a chip on your shoulder, you got to work your way up, be physical. And speaking about physical, my guy here with the cowboy hat, he likes the old ways of the football, being physical and hard-hitting tackles, and, you playing, during that era, or, a little bit to the back. And I feel like the rules have changed a lot. Now that you're watching, how do you feel about the kind of changes for the defensive players, especially?
I yell at the TV a lot.
So does he.
Yeah. There's just a lot of times it happens so fast, and, a lot of the refs, they're just trying to do their job the best they can. But a lot of times it's just a violence foul. Like if it's just a violent hit, they'll throw a flag, and it might have been a clean shoulder, and not always with the head. So, obviously I was a physical player. That's how I made my mark, so to speak. But always, trying to keep it as safe as you can. It's just such a violent game. It's kind of hard to keep it safe all the time. But got to keep the game going. And so the game will continue to evolve like that. When players are getting hurt, you don't want your star. That's what makes the league fun, right? Having these guys in the game that do these spectacular things. And so we don't always want them getting knocked out of the game. But as a defensive guy, sometimes you're like, I got to knock this guy out of the game.
Andrew, when you speak about, I thought the tandem of you and Harrison Smith was very underrated. I think Harrison is one of the most underrated safeties. Just what did you take away playing with him and just seeing his style, and then obviously the way you guys kind of fit like a glove together?
Yeah, I think that's when it comes to a safety tandem, a lot of it is just reps together to where you see things played the same way. And that's what makes a good safety tandem work, is that you might not even have to discuss how to play a certain play, but because y'all see things the same way, that y'all are going to be in sync on that. And then you get to the point where you can just kind of read each other's body language of like, okay, like he's faking a blitz right now. Like he didn't tell me, but I can tell by the way he's standing or whatever. Or there's times where I can tell that, maybe he is doing the wrong job right now, and I have to like yell at him like, hey, no, like you got to go over here right now. And so that just takes a lot of experience and a lot of reps together. And I've always said it, the closer you are off the field, the closer you are kind of on the field. You kind of just have that bond a little bit. So I'm always a big promoter of like, hey, we got to do team dinners, we got to go out together, we got to travel together, we got to go through more things off the field together that will bring us closer on the field as well.
Did you enjoy the way that the defensive coordinator Brian Flores used Harrison Smith in that Vikings scheme? A lot of blitzing, but also a lot of disguises, and he to throw off the offense.
Yeah, the great thing about Harrison is that he can do all those things. Like if you want him to just be like a cover guy, like he'll cover. If you want him to just blitz, he can do that. Just being part of the run. So having a versatile player like that allows you to do a lot more with them. And then, just his experience he he is aware of what the offense is going to do. So if he needs to disguise longer or show a certain look to the quarterback, he's able to do that and kind of knows what they're thinking. And so it just helps out to have that experience under your belt.
What are you looking forward to watching this weekend when the 49ers and the Chiefs are playing yet again in the Super Bowl?
Well,
or what do you expect?
It's going to be a great game. No doubt about that. Two really solid teams, from top to bottom. I've never played in the Super Bowl, but I feel like because of the significance of the game, that it's kind of like whoever doesn't fold under that pressure of the Super Bowl and who makes the least amount of mistakes. And that's why I feel like Kansas City, they just are so experienced here. They've been here so many times. They're used to this unique Super Bowl schedule. It's not a normal week schedule for these guys. Even all the way from just the halftime being longer, that's a different routine that you're not used to. Usually at halftime, you haul ass in there, you eat a snack and take a piss, and then you got to go back on the field. Having a longer halftime, not letting the pressure kind of get on you that it's the Super Bowl. So a lot of it comes down to, eliminating mistakes. Kansas City obviously is just very experienced here. But I also can see San Francisco, probably just, Brock Purdy, he's not supposed to be here, no one ever thought he would be here probably except for him. So hopefully he'll use that to his advantage to kind of just let it fly and just, play with nothing to lose.
Is there a play from one of these defenses, the 49ers or Chiefs, that you really enjoy watching? Obviously the Chiefs have a very, talented secondary with Trent McDuffie, L'Jarius Sneed, Justin Reed, and obviously with the 49ers, they got Nick Bosa and Fred Warner and Drake Greenlaw, all these players. Is anybody you kind of like to watch?
Man, I like to watch all of them. I like to, once you are done playing, you always watch the game through a little bit of a different lens, and you just appreciate the small things that the average consumer doesn't understand, like just a guy that was hustling from the other side of the field that made the play, or just a really difficult tackle in space that a guy makes that most people won't say damn, that was a good tackle. I'll be there watching the game thinking damn, that was a really good tackle. Most people aren't going to get excited over that. They're going to get excited about a big hit or interception. And so I also, at the same time, will see a lot of young players making dumb mistakes that I yell at the TV, and I'm like, why did you do that? So it's always a little unique watching it when you're on the other side.
Andrew, you played against Travis. Just what is it about him that makes him so difficult, one, to cover, and two, do you feel like, maybe San Fran needs to put two on him, or what? How can you defend a guy like that?
It's tough because the tight ends they're just so big and they're still just as fast that, a lot of times they can almost just box you out and you're just not going to be able to get to the ball. And I think the other part of their offense is that they kind of have that freestyle mentality to where, the route was maybe designed to go here, but as the play is unfolding, they see that the defense is going into a different coverage. So he just kind of audibles mid-route and will just go to the empty area. And because they've done that so many times, him and Mahomes, they're just on the same page of look, the route was supposed to go here, but if I see that you're not going there, it's obviously for a reason. You're going into the voided space, or you see a way to beat the defense. And so they're just obviously, kind of keyed in on that. So it's just always tough to defend that when someone can kind of run whatever route, because as a defensive guy, there's only so many routes you can run, but then once you cover it, the guy might just run into, another zone. So
I feel like I'm smart enough talking football with you, and then brain water too. So you got to cover here both sides, mental and physical game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Andrew, thank you so much for jumping on with us. We appreciate it. And don't forget, people, go out and get your brain water. It's good stuff. I like the watermelon one. That was a very good one. So yeah. I'm going to be focused the rest of the day.
Yeah, go check it out. BraintreeNutrition.com.
Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thanks, guys.